Little I have been in the United States, and little I know about the real story of the ordinary Americans. I'm a 16-year-old teenager, and being a teenager is a normal thing. Well, it was not quite a normal thing for me. I came to the United States when I was 15, in August. I come from a typical Pakistani middle-class family. My father has a background in business education, while my mom is a housewife. Living in Pakistan and coming to the United States in this 21st century is not a child's play. When I came to the United States, it was a lot different for me. Ironically, I belong to a Hindu family, which means I'm one of the 3% population in Pakistan. Although almost all of my family have been living in Pakistan since forever. But there was one thing that did not feel right after all these years. It was an enormous lack of patriotism for one's own country. Eventually, the coming generations of our family got preconceived with this ongoing and seemingly faulty set of mind. Well, now I'd like to go back for a second. As I mentioned before, I do not belong to a pre-assumed Muslim family living in Pakistan, but I'm a Hindu. Now, things must have been a little different for me, right? Well, when I came to the United States, people and my friends, they asked, how do you feel like to live in Pakistan being a minority, despite all the atrocities going on minorities in Pakistan? Well, my answer was very simple. I feel like one of their own, just like anyone else. I feel like a star of my country. I feel like I'm safe. During a cricket match between India and Pakistan, the one we were watching in our class, and I was, of course, supporting the Pakistani team. But that was much of an astonishment to some of my classmates. They asked why wasn't I supporting the Indian team? Well, I mentioned India because India holds the largest population of Hindus anywhere in the world, and as Pakistan and India are neighbors. However, that wasn't the last of it. If one were to believe the ongoing broadcasting, then we are the victims of abduction, intolerance, brutal killings, and part of the largest migration in human history. People, well, I wasn't supporting the Indian team, I was supporting the Pakistani team, because at that moment, I thought, I wish I had a Pakistani copyright patent next to my name, so that I don't have to give an explanation to them. Well, in my sophomore year, I came to the United States by participating in an exchange program that sends high school students from Middle Eastern countries to the United States for 1 whole year. We had almost long, interminable sessions on how to spend our 10 months of life in the United States. Well, I was like, I do not fare living in the United States. It's like you're going to a different part of the world and you can be okay. Well, when I came here, I was bombarded with questions at every footstep. One of my friends asked that, how did I learn to speak English so well? Well, and they were confused when I said that Pakistan happened to have English as its official language. One thought of hers battered me the most. It was that she felt utter sympathy for me, as I had to live in Pakistan. That was coy. And then I came here. I presented about my country, about myself, about my religion, more importantly, to my whole community. I gave 31 presentations all around my community. Now, when you come as an exchange student in the United States, things are really different. People assume Pakistan as a typical corrupted Muslim country, a country where every single day a person is killed, a country where you're not safe. Well, in this picture, people like minorities, they are safe. And they're practicing their religion as anyone else would do. Now, people and my friends in the United States, they asked, why? Why would you ever leave your country, your family, and would you come here to a different world for 1 year? That's insane. I was like, yeah, but to diminish single stories and false images about my country, it's important for me to become a youth ambassador and to step forward. When I came here, I had no idea who I'm going to live with, who I'm going to spend my year, what are the people going to be like, and are they going to support me or not? Well, after these all experiences, I came to know that, well, I would not be hesitant before saying that I always assumed America is one of those powerful nations who have nothing else but hatred towards Muslim countries. But after coming here, this false image has been diminished. Why? There's a dialogue from To Kill a Mockingbird that feels so true. Atticus, he was real nice. Most people are, Scout, when you finally see them. Well, I came here, I diminished single stories and false images about my country, and I'm really proud of it. People here ask me, you are just 16, but you look like a middle schooler. That's quite true. But today I have heels, so I don't look like a middle schooler. And yeah, so exchange year this year made me able to diminish single stories and false images about my country. It made me strong and capable enough to make Americans look for a different side, to make Americans look for a different world that resides in their head. This year I gained so many achievements, eye-opening truths, and shocking revelations. But as we, being a global citizen, we have same laws, events, then if all these elements are what bring us together, then why do we look to hate each other? People like me can change the world. People like you can change the world if we step forward. Thank you.